To the Intox Remasters Day 1 open bracket from Taipei. Of course, we are not in Taipei, we are in Burbank. We're having fun though, Nate. You know, Nate, if this was 4 years ago, I'd be like, dang it, I wish I was in Taipei right now, it would be so epic. Now, as an old man that I am, I actually kind of like it, just doing it here from the studio, still getting all the ults from StarCraft 2 action, and in just 40 minutes, I'll be laying in my bed, like an old man. I love it.
I mean, I've never been to Asia before, so
Yeah.
I can't completely agree with you on that. I haven't.
That's understand.
I haven't.
I'm also
not
a lot
as-
older than you.
I haven't seen the world like you. You know.
I've seen a lot of things, Nate.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and hop into game number 1. between
I don't
Axiom-
doubt that, Kevin, at all.
between Axiom Impact and Liquid HerO. Because over here on the right top side of the map, we have the one and only Axiom Impact.
Oh,
I like
man.
Impact.
You
We
forgot the name of the map. Can we kick him from the tournament for that?
we got to know Impact a little bit during one of the Red Bull Battlegrounds. I believe it was the global one, Red Bull Battlegrounds Global here in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And he's a funny little dude. He's a happy little guy. Got very close to winning that entire tournament.
He got close to winning a DreamHack last year as well, right?
Yep.
He lost to the finals of Bucharest.
Against the other Zerg player, right? Yep. Who did he lose to?
Life, of course.
Ah. Who did MMA beat in his DreamHack win? Was that a Terran? Did he beat Jockey?
Wasn't it Chakchi in the finals?
Damn it. All those mirrors. Alright, over here on the left bottom side of the map, we have the man who is representing one of the sponsors of the entire Intox Remasters. So, of course, talking about HyperX. It is a Liquid HerO. I love HerO.
Yeah, HerO's cool.
I kind of miss the days that HerO was... I mean, he still is a force to be reckoned with. But once upon a time, he was the force.
You have a categorization of
Yeah.
how much a force can be reckoned with.
yeah.
It's like, this is a force. He's a force to be reckoned with. This guy is the force. This guy's like, he's kind of like, he's almost a force.
He's
like,
almost...
he's like a force. Maybe you shouldn't reckon with it, but you could be like a little cautious. Like, he is a force to be approached cautiously. That's like the next level.
That's the Ronnie Soundboard 2.0 right
He's
there.
truly a force to be taken with caution.
Yeah, I like it a lot, Nate. Alright. As he scouts and he saw that this was a spawning pool before a hatchery, I actually want to take a close look at this opening.
God, it's so greedy, man.
What was this,
Nexus first into Gateway.
It wasn't Nexus first. It was
Am I blind?
Gateway, gasless Gateway into Nexus, so it's slightly safer and it's...
Oh, okay.
yeah, it will help you survive against certain Zergling openings. You
Now
won't
I'm
just
mad.
die.
I want him to go Nexus Gate. I'm a greedy boy in this matchup.
I still think it's kind of hard to defend certain builds. Like, I wonder what would happen if, you know, if Impact just opens up with speed over here. I don't think there's ever a way that you save your natural Nexus. I don't believe that. Actually, it's been a while. Everyone does it different. I have to see it a couple of times before I can truly give my judgment on that.
Was Probe trying to be annoying? He knows the Probe will probably die, I guess, so he's just like, oh no, don't place it. But the pylon will buy him, what, 15 seconds? Before that hatchery gets placed?
No, more than that. You can cancel it out of 24 out of 25. The Extractor is going down though in the main base, so Impact is not going to play this very greedy. He will get relatively quick. No, actually I'm lying. That's not all that quick. He starts researching speed at the 5-minute mark, so his speed won't be ready until 6 minutes and 50 seconds. That almost gives me the idea that he wants to skip Zergling speed and maybe go straight Roaches, because that's kind of what this speed timing is suggesting to us. Then again, he didn't really have to drop speed early on because he knew that HerO was gasless for a bit. So Nate, this can still go either way.
Can still go either way, you'd say?
Either way.
Alright.
Either way. Either way. Do you know this hideaway song? It's pretty
I
good.
do. Oh, the Lynx, the Probe! No!
Bam.
Oh, wow.
Got it.
Got him.
Did die in the end. Alrighty, so he does start researching speed. Like I said, this speed will be relatively late, around 6 minutes and 50 seconds, if my math calculations are correctly. Of course, they will never be as accurate as the ones of Andre Greetorp Hengsha, but
Yeah, man, I had math overload. Casting WCS with that guy.
I feel half the things Greetorp says are completely made up.
Well, that what's that like meme pasta? It's like, I would argue with you, but I'm not enough of an expert on the subject, so I'll just agree with you.
I like this opening. HerO is gonna... No, actually, I don't like this opening. I like this opening if my opponent is gasless, but Impact is not gasless. HerO did not know that though. He scouted it, he saw 3 hatches, he's like, alright, you know, so your speed is probably going to be super damn late. And it is a little bit late, like I said, it should be 6 minutes and 50 seconds for, it's gonna be like 7:05. Then he didn't mine as efficiently as I thought he could, Nate. But I don't think that HerO is gonna have a whole lot of success with this. You're gonna have, oh, don't lose your Stalker, HerO. No, he's not going to lose it yet. Okay, I really do like that HerO is already getting, ooh. Is this a Dark Shrine follow-up? Is this some sort of crazy 2-base 8-gate with GTs? What's going on over here, Nate?
This is pretty nuts, actually. I'm not
okay,
sure.
these Zerglings, if they find this pilot, that would kind of, I mean, saying it's devastating.
That would sabotage all of his plans.
Yeah. Alright, so, I'm so confused because this is not like anything I've seen in a while. I hope that this sentry is on hold position. It is on hold position. It can drop a force field as well, right, Nate? Alright, so we wiped in a bunch of Stalkers. I'm not sure what 5 Stalkers are going to achieve.
I mean, he has a recall available still, but yeah, I agree with you. The Stalker's not going to be terribly effective.
5 Stalkers is actually a perfect amount to one-shot drones. You know, in PvP you have the 4 Stalker hit squad. Now you can have 5 Stalkers. Maybe that's why. He starts dropping in a few Zealots. And like a nice mixture of Zealots and Stalkers are actually very hard to engage for Ling-only armies. And since HerO actually picked up that Queen already, suddenly this is a lot more promising than I thought it was at first. Here you go, you have Zerglings jumping on top of Stalkers.
Oh, these Zealots.
But the Zealots, man. Damn Zealots.
Them Zealots, though.
But the sorry guys, the Zerglings did find this Twilight Constant, the right bottom side of the map. So that is a massive pickup. I really want to show to you guys, but the bottom of my screen is actually blocked by my desk, so that's why I couldn't see that. But it is very nice to know that the Zerglings have picked up the Twilight, but there is still Dark Shrine on the way.
He still started the Dark Shrine before he lost it. The Queen's trying to come here and snipe the Mothership Core.
No
He's
recall.
Close, but no cigar.
Zerglings getting close to picking up a couple of Stalkers, but it's not enough. We have 26 additional. That Queen is going to fall as well. Man, this is really tough for Impact to engage. He has to be so careful. You can't fight those Zealots that are full on HP. He's going to try to pick up a couple of Zealots that are low on HP, but now he starts to run out of Larva. And HerO, with the 4-gate pressure, seems like he sort of has almost done it, Nate. He definitely has done enough damage.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to back this 3rd base down with the Dark Shrine about to finish up. I don't even think Impact is... yeah, his mind isn't even in the same universe as DT's right now.
Well, after he saw the Dark Shrine stand in the natural, I think it is, but he just took too much damage. GG is called. HerO takes game number 1 on Overgrowth in a situation where I didn't think he was going to be able to make it work. I do this, you know, very often. Good old 1-gate fast expand with 4-gate pressure. Getting the Stalkers first, that's fine as long as your opponent is gasless. Impact had relatively quick gas. I think HerO got very fortunate that the Zerglings didn't find the pylon at first, and that the Zerglings decided to counterattack rather than fight the initial 5
and it
or
allowed
6.
him to pick the Queen off, which, as you said, ended up being a really big help.
Yeah. Definitely the type of game that is very frustrating for Impact to lose, the type of game that Impact knows as well. It's like, man, I shouldn't lose to this. Like, I could lose against a follow-up maybe, but I shouldn't lose against this 4th.
Those are the kind of games you should win.
Yep.
Or at least those are the kind of builds you shouldn't instantly lose against.
No, especially not if you're Impact. It's a very nice little cheeky victory for HerO because he didn't even truly have to reveal his hand, and you could even say that it's like quote unquote devastating for him that the Twilight gets picked off in the right bottom side of the map. Once again, I do apologize for missing that one, but I can't actually see the bottom side of my minimap, so sometimes I do miss something. But
wow, Kev.
Yeah,
wow.
I know. I used to be Funka. Now I'm just an Adebisi. Just kidding, Mike, if you're watching. Just kidding, Adebisi. I don't mean it.
You think Adebisi has enough passion to still watch StarCraft tournaments?
Oh, now neither you or me will be casting any DreamHack in 2015.
Don't
that
worry.
is confirmed.
Don't worry. It's like, if there's one thing I know about time zones, it's that it's a really, really awful hour to be awake in Sweden right now.
That's true. But Mike is the kind of guy who is watching right now. We just get a tweet and all it will do is like a smiley face.
Just dot, dot, dot.
No, the simple smiley face. Like, it's like,
is it going to have the little carrot in it?
That one's cool too.
That's like one of the European smiley faces.
Alrighty, we're getting loaded into game number 2, which is being played.
Love this. We're playing on Bonnie Research Station for map 2.
We haven't seen it yet.
If you guys haven't noticed, we've played on Overgrowth and Catalina as the first 2 maps for basically every single match today so far. And I think that's a trend that will continue. But I'm pleasantly surprised to say otherwise for this one.
Yes. Second map is going to be the Bonnie Research Station. I kind of like this map. I'm not a star on it. I'm definitely not very good myself, but I do just enjoy playing on it, you know, win or lose.
You don't like the free natural?
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I'm not good at it.
Okay, I can understand that.
bases. Like you know
So,
my you know my specialty.
there are no Terrans really that we're probably gonna see on this stream today, but I will say as a Terran, I love these maps because you can open with Reaper, and you never have to worry about any of those cheeky little Zergling plays that a Zerg can do, where they go and block your natural from finishing. You know what I mean? Like they run around your Reaper. It can't happen on this map.
I know exactly what you mean, but as a Protoss, I find it very difficult to defend my natural when I'm going up to 3 bases. So I have units over here. I would have units over here. I have units over here. And then I also need to have units over here or units over here. Like it's very hard not to take damage from Terran players, I feel, as Protoss on this map.
Yeah, it's a really good mind drop map too.
There's just a lot of things that you can do, but it's a fun map to play on. It's a beautiful map as well.
For PvZ, I think this is. I feel like maps like this generally favor the Protoss, no? Because then it's very easy to defend your third base if you take it quickly. It's so much easier to defend your third base.
Yep, you're definitely right. And also, you know, it's very like this is the type of map. Because you don't have to send a probe to the low ground and you have to start your wall over there.
Yeah.
That you can go Nexus first and you'll be able to survive pretty much every single pool opening out there. You know, there might be 1 or 2 variations that can still break you early on, but you can just scout. And if you scout, you know, then you can always change your mind. You can always play it out a little bit differently. Nexus into gate has never been as safe. That should be the slogan of my Protoss campaign for 2015. Choose me as the face of Protoss.
And I promise, we will only play on maps where you can go Nexus into gate without worrying about your probes being under attack in the first 7 minutes of the game.
I promise, we will never die against early speedling attacks. And I promise you that we will reign supreme once again as the best race in StarCraft 2. Roddy as Protoss president of 2015.
And everybody cheers. Apparently there was a really sick game earlier today.
We are more than a collection of cheesy Protoss and macro Protosses. We are and forever will be. I have this in mind, Nate. I want to be the president of Protoss.
Well, you're gonna have to fist fight MC on top of Metal Gear for that one.
Oh damn it! I can never win that one. You know.
That'd be a tough fight to win.
In more than one way. Alrighty, Chrono is being used on this Zealot. This Zealot will of course complete the wall off for our Liquid HerO. Warps in his cybernetic score as well. Very strong economic opening over here for HerO. Being very frustrating as well. Man, I should be taking notes over here, Nate, and I am taking mental notes. This is as good as an economic opening as you can possibly get in this matchup. You get away with Nexus first while delaying the third hatchery of a Zerg player. You can't really wish for much more.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like it. I like it a lot.
Did you put the I promise in my speech because of my account, or did you just think about it?
No. I'm just going. I'm just rolling with it.
But how cool is it that my account is actually I promise?
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, see? I should truly be. Alright, the Stargate is going to be the follow-up for HerO as well. This is really interesting, by the way. I like this. This is like the quickest Stargate you will ever get after a Nexus first. And why I like this, Nate, is because sometimes you make one Zealot, right? But then there are still 6 Zerglings that are tapping away. So then you start either your Sentry or your Stalker, so you have something that's shooting at Zerglings because you don't want to move your Zealot. HerO just opens up with 2 Zealots. You could say it's 100 minerals wasted, but at least it's only minerals, no gas. No gas means quicker Stargate. Quicker Stargate means that all the economic damage that your Stargate units will do means so much more. Like I always say, it hurts a lot more, you know, preventing a Zerg from, or forcing a Zerg to drop from 40 to 35 drones than from 55 to 51 drones.
That's true. The earlier that you can cause those problems, the better. And obviously, the less of a chance of your opponent being prepared to deal with it. And you sometimes get a get a quick pop. Considering the way that the first map played out, I think HerO would like that quite a bit.
Impact is going to send an Overlord into the main base. So far this has been a pretty much perfect game for HerO. Not the end of the world for Impact though, because all he has to do is get a good scout off, which he does right now. The Oracle is already on the way. Spore Crawlers are going down. Void Ray is the follow-up. That gives me the idea that HerO wants to go up to 3 bases, like the 8 minute and 30-second mark.
I love this, because Void Rays might be slow, yeah, but you just go down the main ramp and you're at the third. So the Void Ray doesn't really need to move around a lot. And he can still try to look for Overlords to snipe too.
Yep. No, the safety Void Ray is a good one. Spore Crawler is still going to finish in time. Very well done here by Impact. That could have been a minor disaster, but it's not. He's overtaking HerO in workers at 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Well, having a few spores on the way, not bad at all. HerO decides to drop the Robo Nate before trying to go up to 3 bases.
Okay, nothing too crazy. I guess you.
Hey, where did these Zealots came from?
Wow, you just kind of ran them across the map, huh? Is he trying to target the sport? Does he really think he'll get it? He's crazy.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, I love that he cleans the... Wow, losing the Oracle sucks, but I love that he cleaned the Zerglings off the Zealot and tried to get out, because you should be able to kill Spore. But at what cost?
At what cost, Notanios? No, this is not good for HerO at all. You don't want to lose your Oracle like that. Oracle is by far the fastest unit that Protoss would currently have out on the map. It can drop Revelations. The Oracle would also be very strong defensively in chasing away Zerglings or killing Zerglings while going up to 3 bases. HerO mentions that he has a little bit of lag, but does not pause the game. Has to drop a defensive force field over there. Might end up losing. Nah, he'll be fine. Well, he forces out another force field. It's kind of nice. Also, this robotics facility has been spotted. Man, this is really not good for HerO. I thought he was going to go up to 3 bases.
Yeah,
like
but he's
8 minutes
totally not.
Yeah.
Ling upgrades and Ling speed.
I like it. I
Against
really
the
like
Colossus still?
Yeah, no. Trust me, man. It's great.
I'll take your word for it.
This
but,
Nexus?
I'm confused.
No, because I mean, like, eventually there will be Colossus. But it takes a long time before he has Colossus out there. And right now, HerO is like relying on other units to kill Zerglings. I actually think that these upgraded Zerglings will be able to get a couple of very good engagements here and there. Of course, he's not just going to send them into the meat grinder that is the Colossus and it's sitting there zapping away at everything.
I'll tell you what. I'm only like a little bit hesitant about the Zerglings because
he's going Ultras.
Because there's no way to go into the Protoss player's main or natural. Like, you just put all your units in between the third and the main ramp. Well, this is nice. I do like this. If you can cancel the Nexus, that'd be pretty dang.
He's gonna cancel it, man. That's a lot of Zerglings with an almost full surround and Evo. And oh, the sentries are here.
Force field, boy,
wow.
Saves it.
Okay, I was surprised. I really thought he was gonna be able to cancel it.
Well,
both players complain a little bit about lag. If he would have had plus, oh man, this build. Triple Stargate.
Well then, so there's Colossus Void Ray.
I guess.
I don't see it that often anymore.
Yeah.
I guess I like it. You know?
That's funny, because that's actually the strategy of Impact's teammate Alicia. Alicia used to do this all the time, and Crank.
Yeah, Crank used to do it.
Alicia too.
All the time. I feel like I haven't seen Alicia play in a while. These Zerglings are trying to run into the main base. That Zealot, he's taking it like a champ.
What is the work count at right now? Oh my god, don't make Spire. Oh, he cancelled something, and he made a Spire.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't think Aspire's going to do too much good for you when there are 3 Stargates on the map, but he's not. Is he not aware? He just doesn't know. These Void Rays are going to come over and deny this gold base too, pretty easily.
That is the exact point of this build. That was always the point as well for Alicia and Crank. 3 Phoenixes at a time. Oh man. If he goes into a middle.
So what does he do here? All these queens are out of position. You think he tries to like? Oh my God, can he? Can he go for the base? Oh, there's so many spores. Never mind. I don't think he should be able to.
Void Rays are not so strong.
Void Rays are pretty. Yep. Is he gonna? Nope.
He'll get some work done, but he won't.
There's no transfuse, so he can at least be annoying, mildly.
It's pretty annoying. What's even more annoying is that Impact still thinks that a muta switch is a good idea over here.
Yeah, that's not gonna do a lot for him. Look how many resources he's banking up.
No, and that is the understatement of the century, Nate. This muta switch is literally going to hand HerO the game. This is HerO's observer right now. Oh, he hasn't seen the Spire yet! HerO doesn't know that he's
building Phoenix though.
Yeah, so I know. Because he just thinks.
He's just like, well, what could I lose to?
This is like, HerO is going to look soon at this observer and he's like, please go middle list, please go middle list, please go middle list, please go middle list, please go middle list. Impact, please go middle list. If I were you, I'd go middle list.
Well, now he's gonna see it, right?
Channel my inner voice. Oh, he sees the Spire. Yeah. He's like, yes, yes, he's going middle list. He's gonna drop a fleet beacon. He's gonna make +1.
Life is gonna be beautiful.
HerO is like, ho. He starts a Colossus now. That's kind of funny. I love how he starts making Colossus right after the first muta spot.
Where are the Phoenix?
And they're hidden in the base. He has 9 though. 9. Oh, Mothership Core. Mo Core.
Mothership Core. No. Void Rays. No. He actually.
Wow.
The Phoenix aren't with the army. This gets a little weird.
Wow, that's a little bit unfortunate. Phoenix will still clean this up though. He's busy.
Yeah. All right. So the Colossus is gonna have to take this fight with the Zealots, and the mutas are not able to pick off that Colossus. So the Zerglings die pretty damn fast. Now the Phoenix can go to work.
Did you see how he split all those mutalists? That was actually really sick.
I love it actually when you get into situations like that. I see sometimes like Terrans will do it when Banshees get caught by mutas because you know you can't get away. But if you split them up, you know the other player might just send them all in one clump.
That was actually really impressive because that is a lot harder than it looks, and I haven't really seen it being done like that in a while. Very well done by Impact, but doesn't change the fact that even though that was like as good as he could have ever hoped for, killing 3 Void Rays and a few sentries, in the end it's still not what you want with 16 Mutalisks. And let's not forget, these Phoenixes are not useless. No, these Phoenixes are going to be really annoying. They're going to fly in, they're going to pick up drones here and there. It's going to be Roach corrupted now. HerO has to be a little bit careful though, because if the Colossus get picked off, the rest of his army is pretty trash.
Yeah.
It's actually very trash. But will these Colossus die?
I'm not getting that impression too much. I guess if the Corruptors could just dive on them with the number of transfuses available.
Yeah.
He needs to get the pylon up. This pylon needs to finish. He needs to actually maybe be able to secure it. And it looks like it's going to be picked off. So stepping back to his 4th base. I mean, can HerO actually be upset though? Like if he's on 4 bases against the 4-base Zerg, like, can you really complain? Like really?
No, you cannot complain. But he can't complain if all these Zerglings run into his main base, and he has not wiped in an additional unit yet. Oh, that's something you can complain about. There's a big fight going on as well on the left side of the map. These Corruptors need to stop shooting at Phoenixes and go for the Colossus instead. And then I think Impact has a really good shot at actually stabilizing, because like I said before, I really think the rest of HerO's army is pretty trashy. You just need some roaches, mate. A few roaches.
He's trying to switch on a swarm host. A little bit slow on this one. The Zerglings are still alive inside of the main. Just being a general pain inside for HerO as these Lings continue to push the Stalkers back. He's actually using that corruption ability so that they can take a little bit of extra damage from the Lings.
Yeah, I like it by Impact. I think it's going to be good enough in the end. I think these Protoss units, like I said
before,
before,
he still has the Lings inside of HerO's main.
Yeah, these Protoss units should really start dying soon. HerO's dropping in supply as well. Oh, one of these Queens died with a lot of energy. That's a little bit unfortunate. And you know, a lot of these Queens will die, but just simple Protoss units like
what
this.
What are these Stalkers doing?
Yeah, they can't stay on creep like that, Nate. They suck. I'm sorry, guys. I'm biased against my own race. I know how weak they are. If you have no blink, if you have no charge, you're not gonna kill a Zerg that's on 4 bases. All these roaches gonna stream out. The roaches have 1/1 upgrades as well. HerO has +2. +2 is not as bad as I thought it was, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. And once again, shout out to all the corruption being used. These Corruptors were like, we too contributed to the victory of this battle, and they actually did, because they killed the Colossus. And if they didn't kill the Colossus, this would have been a completely different battle. How many probes did those Zerglings kill? Well, not all that much, but still, they were annoying.
And they forced a lot of weapons back home instead of on the battlefield, which complicated things quite a bit. And now, with the Corruptors here, there's not a lot you can do as far as making that switch back into Colossi. He's trying to get the Immortal out, the Sentries.
Yeah, he needs
He
Blink,
doesn't have the firepower.
Oh, yeah, he has Blink actually. Blink just finished up, sorry guys. So he does have Blink by now. That makes his army a little bit stronger. And that actually gives him a small chance to maybe stabilize. He has +2 Blink Stalkers. Impact.
He does still have the 4th Nexus alive, so
yeah.
if he holds this, then this game is more than recoverable.
Yep, totally agree. And I think he is going to hold. He has that pylon. Impact should really kill this pylon. This has been like the MVP pylon of the century over here. And if he would have killed it, then these Stalkers would have been warped in, you know, a little bit higher. Not all the way at home. I still think this is going to be an easy hold for HerO in the long run then. I think Impact overextended there a little bit. He got a little too excited. Like on creep, he was always going to win that fight and he was never going to die. And his reinforcements would immediately spawn. But that doesn't mean that you can just run across, you know, this entire path over here and then take the fight at the Protoss base. But Nate, I do like them Swarmos. What you gonna do now as a Protoss player against all these Swarmos?
And well, he's got this War Prism coming in, so trying to abuse the positioning is one way to do it. In fact, if he can catch the Swarm Hosts coming out of the larva, then maybe he's got a chance. Although Corruptors actually sniped the War Prism, so he's not able to get any additional warp-ins. The Stalkers are still going to do a little bit of damage, but this is tricky. He may seize the Swarm Hosts as well.
That's the last thing you want to see as a Protoss player, I think. These Stalkers, I don't think they're going to get the Spire actually.
It's fine.
He's not going to get it.
So he starts a Colossus, he starts another robotics facility.
Yeah, I guess you need to do something. Yes, Swarmos. If I was HerO, I'd be very unhappy seeing. Man, I can't believe that Impact has turned this game around so much after making 16 Mutalisks against 9 Phoenixes. It's really impressive, man. Because, like, Zerg definitely has its strengths in this matchup as well. But if you have a wrong tech switch as a Zerg player against the Protoss, it's very hard to make something of the game. But Impact has definitely done it. A couple of good holds, good run-bys, was always looking for that opportunity. Didn't work the first time, didn't work the second time, but eventually he did get it. And now there are just 2 massive battles going on. That's kind of cool. I like this play from HerO. Of course, you know, trying to utilize the immobility of the Swarmhost army.
Yeah, I have to say though, without the Swarm Hosts, like
those Zerglings don't, Nate.
Yeah, the Lynx.
Those are strong Zerglings.
Those want upgrades. Oh, he's got actually +2 on the links. Jesus.
Those Zerglings are so strong. They killed everything.
They just wrecked the whole army. No, I wasn't expecting that.
I don't think many people were expecting that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm having a giggle, mate. That was so funny. You see like this pretty strong Protoss army, you see like 9 Zerglings to scale everything. It's like, well, those Protoss units are truly worth their investment.
I can't argue against that. He's trying to push on the right side again. Those lings, Kevin, they're still there. Good amount of roaches. Impact is, I feel like now that he's secured this next base, he's getting his hive. I'm still really worried. HerO's making like this massive blink push on the right side, but can he actually break him?
I mean, like, ooh, does he have Enduring Locust?
He set some stalkers on the left side. I believe he does have, yeah, he has Enduring Locust.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, Impact can definitely throw this game. Don't get me wrong. HerO is still very good at this as well, running around with multiple armies, trying to find an army that's exposed. Does he have an observer here? Does he fight? Yeah,
this would have been really cool if there was an observer. I guess killing the corruptors is also nice, but he lost a lot for that. If that observer was there, I think that's like one of the, it's like a top play.
Yep.
But these Zerglings are actually chasing the army, and he's not super close to a pylon, so he needs to be very careful. If those lings engage the stalkers after the first fight,
I really like this. Sorry to interrupt you, Nate, but he's bringing overseers, and that's so important.
He actually, yeah, he should have been able to kill that observer. Now the army gets some of the stalkers. He pulls back. He actually killed the overseers too.
Like it. Good play there by HerO. Good plays on either side right now, but Impact still being maxed out.
The locust wave is actually really is really far away. Like if he gets one good opportunity to jump on that, fourth base was killed. That's got to be frustrating.
Yep. I can hear you, not a Protoss player. The Protoss player is more than frustrating than you're like, locust, and you're just sitting here calmly analyzing. Oh, that's gotta be really frustrating.
You know what?
Your base against this pretty.
If there's one thing I love about StarCraft, about playing Terrans, that I don't have to deal with this. Unless I ask for it.
I mean, HerO has still done a phenomenal job in buying a lot of time for himself and somehow getting 4 Colossus out.
Yeah,
and he has Storm as well.
And Archons of this army.
It's actually insane.
It's
Liquid
got a
HerO.
beefy force.
No, it's more than a beefy force. Now suddenly supplies are a little bit closer. He of course still has to be careful. Ultralisk Cavern is going down as well. A couple of Ultras. That's the next deadly tech switch. And just because, you know, HerO has a relatively strong army, that doesn't really mean he can step on creep. He's going to find a couple of forces over here, though, with a forward blink. Is HerO going to be able to hit the minor, almost invisible window before the Ultralisk are out?
It's getting pretty close. The Corruptors pushing back, but they're all dead now. The Lings running into the army.
Oh my god.
Once he clears this wave of Locusts, I think he has an opportunity to at least knock down this 5th base. He shouldn't be able to defend this anymore.
Nope, Impact's going to have to reposition. He's going to end up losing a Swarm most, or perhaps even 2 Broodlords, Corruptors getting picked off here and there as well. These 4 Colossus are close to untouchable. What is the Swarm most count at? Man, I can't believe HerO has done such a phenomenal job in running around, buying time, and actually getting a real army out. What a solid Protoss player HerO still is. He's winning battles over here as well on the left side. Man, I'm actually blown away.
Taking this game in true HerO fashion so far, man.
Yep. I mean, Impact, like he has Ultralisk tech, but he doesn't have money for Ultras.
Yeah, he doesn't have money to get the upgrades for them or anything, and you also have to keep in mind that, you know, with this army for HerO I don't really think it's the worst you could possibly have against Ultralisks.
No,
and with double Robo, he could always go into Immortals as soon as he sees it.
No, you're totally right. I think right now Impact is going to try to make more Swarmos Corruptor. Because right now the Swarmos count is not deadly, it's at 10. And 10 is actually something that 6 Colossus can easily break through. Like, you can't break it anymore if it's like 22 Swarmos or something, but 10? You can laugh in the face of danger of 10, Nate.
Yeah, I think the biggest focus right now for HerO is just making sure that he keeps that Corruptor count low enough that he doesn't get too brave on these Colossi. He doesn't pick off one of them.
Yeah, it took a long time though, and Impact lost so much, lost so many resources left and right. You know, to finally get that one trade. A couple of Corruptors are a little bit exposed again. Phoenixes will soak up a few shots. HerO has to be careful because it can snowball very quickly as well. Corruption being used, I believe, on one of these Colossus, but now all the Stalkers are just working on these Corruptors, and he doesn't get that Colossus.
Yeah, the Colossi doing a great job of dealing with these Locusts so far.
Game.
Colossi doing a good job of dealing with the Locusts so far. Impact is just struggling to churn out Corruptors and some Zerglings with them. He's got a pretty heavy amount of gas that it just doesn't seem like he can use. He doesn't have anything useful enough to do anything with it.
Soon that Colossus count is going to go from 3 to 5. HerO like really want to get that 5th base, but he's like, you know what? Oh, he forward blink maybe. Observer.
Oh boy.
Gets 2 Swarmos, gets 3 Swarmos. Gets a Corruptor, loses a few Stalkers in the process.
The Lings are still doing some good damage though.
Yeah, but like, just thinned out the Swarmos count, and he has 5 Colossus now. I think this is truly HerO's moment to just go for it, go absolutely ham over here. I don't think the Corruptor count is ready to deal with 5 Colossus, Nate.
No, I'm not feeling it either, Kev. Continue to push forward. Is HerO towards this center base. I really like how this Ling Roach Force does such a good job of pushing the Stalkers back, but now with the Archons getting up front and personal with this army, he's got the firepower he needs. Blinks forward, picks off 1, 2 Swarm Hosts, continuing to attack, and oh man, once you're stepping over these Archons, they reckon absolutely everything. 1 Colossus in this army. I think he had some flanking forces that distracted the others, but it's not enough. GG.
Man, that was so good by HerO. So good. Such a strong mid to mid-late game. It definitely looked a little dicey for him in a certain phase in the game when the Ling run-by was happening, and I felt that attack that he was making at, you know, the 4th base of Impact, I really felt that was like a do-or-die attack, and he was just not able to get it done in the end. And he just started walking around with Blink Stalkers, went for that Warp Prism as well in the main, looked unsuccessful, but just bought time. Got a second Robo at home, pumping out 2 Colossus at a time, getting +3, Blink finished up. You know, really before that he also got Storm, even never really utilized it. Maybe he cancelled it, but he did start researching it. I can't believe HerO just turned that game around. That was super strong mid to mid-late game, because if he doesn't do anything to Impact, then Impact is just on an absolute dream army within a couple of minutes of Ultras and Swarmos and stuff. And even losing that 4th base, man, I'm so impressed with how HerO played the last 12 minutes of this game. That's phenomenal.
That's really good. I mean, I love the way that the opening played out, and we were able to see, you know, you mentioned like he was able to delay the 3rd base at the very beginning, get the Nexus into Gateway, then the Mutalisk switch into the 9 Phoenix. Like, a lot of things seemed to go HerO's way pretty much throughout the entire game. I was more impressed and surprised that Impact made it last so long.
That's true. I totally agree with you. Like that's what I mentioned this in the game as well. I was really impressed that Impact was actually able to make this into a game after having such a devastating tech switch.
Yeah.
But you know, that push on the left side where he was able to kill those Colossus and then suddenly stabilize and got enough units out there.
Yeah, that was definitely a turning point for him, at least in having a chance at coming back.
Because at that moment, like HerO didn't really have that much anymore. You know, he had 3 Stargates, but not something he really wanted to use. His Zealots did not have charge. He only had +2. He didn't have Blink yet, and he was on 1 Robo. That is not very awesome as a Protoss player. So I felt that Impact overextended a tiny bit when he started fighting at that 4th base. And I think what he should have done is maybe kill off that pylon, and then he would have had a better time fighting those forces over there. But that's just theory crafting. I don't know. That was an awesome game. Maybe we shouldn't try to overanalyze it. I mean, Impact definitely got unlucky with his tech switch. I mean, you could also say, well, it's his own fault for a lack of scouting. I guess it goes 2 ways. But it's always difficult to scout against a Phoenix player, or a Void Ray opener, because the Void Rays are there.
Are they going to kill your Overlords?
To kill Overlords. And you know, you can always try to sneak in and overseer or something. Anyway, it's just an awesome game of StarCraft. I liked it.
Yeah, good times. Good times all around. HerO, moving on up in this bracket. Doing a pretty good job. I don't think I haven't seen any updates to the bracket as far as other match results go.
Let's take a look real quick.
Oh, Lenok beat Chukchi 2-0. Not bad. Not bad at all. So they're playing for the first qualification seed into the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei.
Yep, and in the other side of the open bracket we have Hyun going up against Snoot, as the winner of that series will also qualify for the main tournament. And then of course you still have the loser bracket going on as well. So a lot of action still coming your way. We're gonna head over to a very small break, and after that we'll be back for the next series of the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei Day 1, that is brought to you by Intel, HyperX, Gigabyte, BenQ, and this other one, and Rocket. And yeah, Gigabyte I already said. I had them all, damn it. I forgot Rocket. How can I forget Rocket? Stay tuned, you're watching IEM Day 1, we'll be right back.